Hello, and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast where my friends and I play for our own enjoyment. We're not professionals, we're not amazing gamers, we just like playing and hope you'll enjoy our campaign as well. This content is intended for mature audiences, so for any of your younger folks out there, please be advised. And with that, welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss. Let's dive in. Let me make sure I'm actually recording. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Let's dive in. So, last time we were doing things, you guys had headed up into the mountains after defeating the Lord of Worms within the caves of Goldrun. And you went into the mountains to get into Gellin so that you could find Soror Ozin, a mage who was an ally of the mage Elise back in Talstadt in Verlick Height, to kind of warn this mage about the lunar weird things that appeared suddenly in that whole situation. And we got to 3 days, I believe. It's been a while. 3 days, I want to say.
Yeah.
Into your journey, you had scaled mountains, you fought earth elementals, you discovered that a bunch of the cave drakes, or mountain drakes, are currently unearthing one they refer to as the One Below, and are trying to dig it free in many ways across the mountains. So, as we begin your journey back in the morning, as you continue your westward journey, I'm going to need Constitution saves as you guys are getting higher and higher in the mountains, and the air is getting thinner, and it's also getting much colder. So, let's start with Auran.
And survival?
Survival. No, sorry, Constitution.
15.
15, pass. Or Brenin.
13.
Fail. Odavius. Fail. And Miss Primrose.
8.
8, that's a fail. Everyone but Auran mark a point of exhaustion, and since we're using this Tale of the Valiant feature, mark a luck point.
Yay.
So,
I feel so lucky.
there you go. So, you have a point of exhaustion, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks. This is due to the naturally thinning air. Many of you are not used to the mountains and climbing up that direction. So, as you start out your journey and begin making your way through various trails through the mountains that you can find, it begins getting much colder. I'd like a survival check from one person who is taking lead on this adventure. All right.
Yeah, the rest of us
go for it.
rest of us are exhausted.
That is an 18.
18. Okay. All right. You begin making your way pretty easily through what trails you can find through this tunnel. As you are currently going through this expedition, you're kind of reaching the very peaks of the mountains and beginning to slowly start come down. As you make your way towards that peak, I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Or a disadvantage for this one?
Yep, disadvantage if you have exhaustion.
1.
Nice.
Also a natural.
Brenin.
Perception. 6.
Nice. Primrose.
My 2 rolls were a 3 and a 2, so that's a 1.
Nice. And then Mr. Odavius.
Nat 1.
Wow. Whew. Not very perceptive.
Luck points adding up now.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you mark those luck points because
more
those
luck.
are all failures. Now, as you are walking, without seeing anything beforehand, you see a dwarven woman running up to you. And she is screaming, "Help! Help! My friend! They're stuck! Quick, come!"
I bolt. Go to assist.
Okay,
He's
all right.
on the way, dear. Help is on the way.
You begin. All right, that was a weird voice. You begin running along with them. This dwarven woman begins sprinting as fast as she can, and you see, off in the distance as you get closer, there is a tiefling woman who currently has what appears as you approach from a distance. Her hand is stuck into the mountainside somehow. And as you get closer and closest, you notice that there is somewhat of almost like a door frame looking thing, and her hand is stuck in what appears to be some sort of like runed, carved in hole that she has her hand in. Quick, do any of you know how to do any? The dwarf woman speaks up. Do any of you know how to do magic things? What? Can you pull her out? Can you do something?
To an extent.
What were you trying to do by putting your hand in there?
Listen, we were just joking around. She put her hand in the thing, and then we just got stuck there.
I will
Insight.
walk up.
Insight? Go ahead, roll insight.
Insight. Oh,
I would like to investigate the rooms closer.
That's a slutty 20.
Oh,
Bloody 20.
No, slutty
Bloody.
20.
All right.
very different.
You can tell that she's not being entirely truthful about how the hand got stuck there.
That's messing around. Come on. If we're going to help you, we have to be honest with each other.
First off, investigation of the hole by Odavius. Remember to roll with disadvantage.
And I think you can add up to 2 points.
I might as well. That is a 13.
13,
Using those
and
points
mark
there.
off any luck points that you got. It looks like this is a very, sorry, my sticky notes fell apart. All my notes. It appears to be a very old, what possibly used to be like a very old entrance to a mine of some kind, from what you can tell. There is very much carved out in a doorway, but it seems that there is just a stone slab in front of it, blocking off the entryway.
Uh-huh.
To
So-
the tiefling.
Said the hole had some ruins on it. Yeah.
It looks like it has some runes like carved out on them.
Can I tell anything about the runes?
Not really. It looks like maybe some sort of magic rune. Maybe.
Ma'am, are you in any pain?
No, I'm just stuck. And you see her like pull and pull and pull and won't come out.
All right, let's just take a breath. Not in any pain, so. All right. You gotta come at this with a level head. I'll go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
Detect magic. Okay. Remind me of that spell's ability. Read it off for me.
Sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. I can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I learn its school of magic, if any.
All right.
But it can't penetrate some barriers, if you want me to list those off.
You get the sense there is nothing magical about the door. But the dwarven woman has a little bit of magic items on her person. And this is within 60 feet, you said?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. I'm not sensing any magic based around the door. Can you tell me what you're feeling around? Is it around your wrist?
It's
Around
just
your hand?
really, really tight around the wrist and forearm.
Are you grabbing something?
No, it's stuck. I put my hand, I thought I could get it forward, and then I tried pulling back, and I think something stuck on the, jewelry or glove that I have on.
And you let go of the glove.
No, the glove is stuck. I think it's, one of the studs on the glove is stuck in there, so I can't get my arm out of the glove.
Odavius, can you provide some light? Maybe see a little bit deeper in.
Like, I just touched something of that you want light on, whatever.
Sure. Just put it on my glove, I guess. Just be able to move around. Do I see? Am I able to see far enough in? Like what?
It is.
Maybe
It is
caught?
like up to her bicep, like middle of her bicep is just stuck into the thing.
I did want to insight check when the tiefling said if it was caught on something or if she was not holding on to anything.
Go ahead, roll insight.
Can I also? So she reached into this hole in the wall. Is there any way I can try and determine how old or new this hole is? Like, is this a brand new hole that was created?
Go ahead and make a history check. What'd you roll for insight?
I'll use one luck point to make it 10.
Okay, 10. She's definitely not telling you the whole truth about what she's doing with that.
I'm gonna pull Primrose aside.
By the way,
out of earshot.
Okay.
I'll use my 2 luck, and that makes it a 15 total for
15.
history.
It looks like an old door. Like, it wouldn't be something that someone would have been able to do in like a second. And the weathering on it appears to be. This has been here a while.
My thought was that like she just put her hand somehow through raw stone and made the hole as she went. But if it doesn't look like that, then cool.
I'm gonna pull Prim aside, out of earshot of the others, and turn my back so they can't read my lips. I don't think they're telling the truth. I think you should just put this person to sleep, and we'll probably be able to pull their hand right out.
As we grow stronger, I might have replaced that spell in my arsenal. Because all we did was fight undead and zombies, and it never got used.
This is why we need to have a daily meeting about what magic we're using.
Yeah,
Well,
you guys can
that's
change
based
it
on
a
level
little.
up.
Yeah, that's true. You're special, Odavius. You get to pick your spells in the morning.
Oh.
As you guys are all gathered around, let me pull up the camera here. Boop. All right, new minis, new maps. Well, not new maps, but so we'll say Odavius and Primrose, you're kind of back here. Whoop. Take that off for a second. Brenin and Auran, you're kind of talking here. And I got my little people here. One sec. All right. This is the tiefling. This is the dwarvish woman. Brenin and Auran, you hear a small whistle sound in the distance, and then you see a stone shatter right next to you and the tiefling. And you look towards the direction.
Is this a trap?
And you see about 3 other folks. Was it 3? Hold on. Note. 4 other folks gathering from behind a couple rocks. And the main one, this yellow guy over here, yells out, "Asriel, Lareth, enough. You guys are terrible actors." And you see the woman, the tiefling woman, just pull out her arm, and you notice that she is actually an amputee, and her arm cuts off at the elbow. And she does not have a right arm. Looking across, you see the leader is a man in raggedy clothing, some leather scraps, iron, and different things all about. But you see he is swinging around a slingshot, or a sling, I guess would be the name. And the others are armed in various amounts of weaponry and things like that. Now, the leader says, kind of a rough-looking goatee, rough mustache, bald, looks very disheveled. Now, you four, we can talk and do this the easy way, or we can do it the rough way. What's your choice?
What do you want?
Gold. All your belongings, goods.
Uh,
Drop them down.
Is he wearing metal armor at all? Or
He is
any
not.
of
He's
them?
wearing leather, maybe a few flecks of like scraps, but
Is anybody wearing metal armor?
not really. It's mostly just leather at this point.
No one
they
actually
holding-
wears metal in this world. Weirdly.
Mhm.
I think I might
Every
be the
spell
only
I
one.
take.
These are brigands. They're
spell I
not
say.
bringing out like the plate and stuff. They're not affording that. They're bandits and brigands. They're not very fancy folks.
How about no? We were going to offer help to your friend who apparently doesn't need it, and now we're just going to be on our way, and you guys don't have to. You just go on your merry ways. Have a lovely time.
Wasn't it weird sitting behind that rock, hearing each other's breath that whole time where you were watching us? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, you clearly fell for it. Now, if you're wanting to continue to be helpful, drop everything you have that's valuable.
No.
Are
Country
they
hail from.
are they close to like a ledge or something?
No, they went around a rock. I'll kind of draw it. There was a little rock formation back here,
Okay.
and they are currently in front of it now. Odavius,
Well,
as you say no, you see him take his sling and toss it, and you see this stone that he had turns into a glowing projectile of light, and it just smacks into the stone next to you and shatters on impact. And you see, looking at it, there is now a small dent where the stone left. A mark.
Well, that's cool.
I'm gonna
So,
turn to the
what's
leader.
the deal?
I'm gonna turn to the leader and say, "We always did love to do things the hard way, didn't we, sweetie?" And I'll wink at him and blow him a kiss as I cast Heartache on him.
Ooh.
Cast what?
Heartache.
Heart.
It's a damage spell.
Where's
You
that
force an
from?
enemy to experience pangs of unrequited love and emotional distress. These feelings manifest with such intensity that a creature suffers 5d6 psychic damage on a failed charisma save.
Where
Oh,
did you find that spell?
It's on D&D Beyond. So
One sec.
I might have added it custom. It's also just 5d6 at level. It's a level 2 spell, I think. So
I'm not seeing that spell. 1 second.
Could it have been added in some of the stuff that you content shared?
What's that from?
it might be a custom spell that somehow slipped into my D&D Beyond, but
Hold on.
Does it say what the source is when
Yeah,
you
what's
click
the
on
source?
the spell?
Open Design LLC.
That may not be. That may
Yeah,
be a homebrew spell.
what?
Sorry.
How did this? Now I have to go find a new fucking spell.
Hey, you can get sleep back.
Fuck that spell. Oh,
Oh wait.
I wouldn't do that because
Okay. I'm seeing it is from Kobold Press OGL that they do
Okay.
have that spell. So maybe do you know someone who has the
in the
Kobold Press
old
stuff?
campaign a couple years ago, I think I was.
I see
with
it as a
someone
spell
that
from
did.
Kobold Press, so I'll allow it. But before you can do that, if you're going to do that, we're gonna do initiative first. If you're gonna dive right into it, because if you're gonna start
Yeah.
casting a spell, we're gonna do initiative. So let's roll initiative first.
Is initiative also at disadvantage?
I
I believe so. It's an ability check.
believe so. It is. Yeah, it is an ability check. Okay. I gotta break out my better dice.
Fuck.
All
No, you
right.
don't. I'm rolling like shit with these disadvantage.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
17.
17.
Do we
for
long
Primrose.
rest?
I don't think we used any spells since the last time we long rested.
Because we were rolling for days of travel. And
All right.
We rested after we fought the stone giant.
All right. After Primrose, 15 to 10.
12.
Auran. 10 to 5. Oh dear. 5 to nothing.
4.
Nice.
1, not natural 1.
Oof. You cannot take luck points because this technically doesn't have a failure option, unfortunately. But
I feel like it should. For rolling up.
I mean, yeah. All right.
Did you roll a 1 or did you roll a 2 minus 1?
I rolled a 2 minus 1.
A non-natural 1.
If anything, it'd be a natural 1, maybe.
All right. The bandits are actually gonna go first, slightly beating Primrose's roll here. All right. Since you had the biggest mouth, Odavius, the main leader's gonna take his magical sling, and he's going to try and hit you with it. Let me pull up their statistics really quick. Give me a sec.
He's gonna regret this.
All right. First, he has 2 attacks, by the way. First attack, natural 1, shatters against the side. Second attack, that is a 13 to hit, Odavius. Does that hit?
13 is my AC.
So that does hit. All right. So where's my other D4? Why do I not have another D4? I need more D4s. There we go. All right. You take 7 points, split between bludgeoning and force damage, as he just whoosh into you. And
Hellish Rebuke.
So that was 2 attacks. This blue one's going to come up, 5, 10.
Hellish Rebuke on him.
Ooh, Hellish Rebuke. Okay.
Yes.
Dex save. Doesn't do a great job with that. Dex save is 9.
That is a fail.
That is a fail. All right.
And I am casting it at a 2nd level, so it was an extra
Okay.
D10.
What's the damage on that? I'm going to move some folks around.
At a 10, an 8, and a 6 for a 24.
24. Nice. Good amount of damage right off the bat. You see him just burst into flames for a second. He's just, God damn it. Lareth, they're tougher than you said they would be. Yelling at the dwarf woman who ran up to get you. Next, we're going to have a couple attacks. There's going to be... Sorry, give me a sec. Brain is moving slow. There's going to be 1 scimitar attack against Odavius. That is a 17 to hit, Odavius.
That hits.
All right. For 3 more damage. And then there's going to be another attack on Primrose, which is a 7. Not doing great.
Does not hit.
There's going to be, the dwarven woman is going to unleash a scimitar that she had. There's going to be 2 attacks from this one. One from this one, one from this one on Auran. One is a 12, the other is a 7.
No.
Alrighty. And then the last one, the woman who has an amputated arm, is going to take an axe and just try and bury it into Auran's form twice.
She's technically not next to him at the moment. Are you
Right
talking
here?
about the green one?
Yeah.
That's me. That's Brenin. You said Auran.
Sorry, Brenin. I meant Brenin. I don't know why I'm confusing that. 2 attacks is going to be 17 and a 19.
19 hits.
Alrighty. That is 7 points of damage to you, Auran. Alright, let me
Again.
put up compass.
Brenin. It's Brenin.
Brenin, sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Compass rose. Alright, after that, Primrose, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I mean, I was casting Heartache on the one guy, so I'll just keep going at that.
Alright, what do I need to do for that?
Charisma save.
Charisma save. That is for charisma. Let me double check that. Oh, hey, that's a 19.
That passes. Boo. So do we round down or up for damage?
Round down.
So 9 damage.
9 damage to that dude.
Psychic.
Psychic, alright.
And you do, it doesn't say anything in the spell, but you do what you please with the whole, he feels unrequited emotions for me.
You see him manly just drop a single tear as he thinks once more about his wife back home.
Then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How bold do I want to be? I'll be bold.
Be bold.
So I won't disengage from this guy as I move northwest to square and then straight north to get right in range with the guy.
So, one more here.
Yeah, I'm going to get an opportunity attack, but that's fine.
Okay. With a scimitar, ooh, almost a natural 20, but 22.
Yeah, big surprise, that hits.
That is, 7 points of damage to you.
Okay. I'll take it on the chin as I keep walking towards him.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 right there.
Yeah, we'll get a little bold, like I said.
All right.
And then, as I go, I'll wink to Oda and give him some inspiration.
Nice. Alrighty, after Primrose, it is Auran. What are you doing?
Wish these guys would fuck right on off.
You guys complained about not having enough combat. I'm throwing you into it. Let's go.
No, I want to fight.
I want to fight. I have lust for blood.
I want to fight only specifically if they have metal armor.
I want to fight robots and nothing else.
Yes, please.
Well,
right,
Athena's
all
going to take some heat. I need to move northwest 2.
5. That'll be
And then right
15.
there.
You're going to
Yep.
take 2 opportunity attacks.
They wish.
From red is a natural 1. From blue is a 14.
No.
Dang.
My,
All right.
my zombie got chain shirt on.
There you go. Nice. All right,
All
what are
right.
you doing now?
We're going to do Grim Harvest, and I can cast it twice now that I'm level 5.
Dynamic camera. There we go. That's nice. All right, Grim Harvest.
Cool. So I'm going to shoot it at, we'll do pink first.
All right,
Good.
right over here.
What am I missing here? Spell attack. Oh, there it is. 23.
23, that's definitely going to hurt.
That'll be
red.
the damage for a whole 6 points of
All right.
necrotic. Jesus Christ, like I've never done this before. And then I'll attack the other one,
Which one? Blue, green?
blue. I'll need
Blue?
to roll the Bane thing in a second. 15 to hit.
15, that'll hit. Guys don't have
Okay.
great armor, so pretty easy to hit. They're
Another
bandits.
7 points of necrotic to the
7
blue.
points to blue.
And then I will do my D4 thing. So Reds got a Bane of -2 to the next roll.
Okay,
And blue has a -4.
nice. Cool. All right. Anything else, Auran?
No.
As they just get blasted by this necrotic energy, we go to Odavius. You are surrounded by folks right now.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm surrounded, I'm going to cast Word of Radiance.
That is a con save, right?
That is a con save, indeed.
All right, for blue, it is a not great 8. For green, it is a 12.
Also fail.
All right, you just get blasted by this radiant energy. Go ahead, roll 1 dice for the total damage.
Wrong. It's 2 dice on 5th level.
Or yeah, whatever the damage is.
That would be a 7 damage.
7 damage,
both of
nice. Yeah, these bandits, the like lackeys, are not looking too hot at this point.
And then, how does it work with cantrip and a spell?
So you can cast a cantrip and a leveled spell.
I can cast both.
Yep. So you just can't cast 2 leveled spells in the same turn.
Right.
So you can cast like bonus action, healing word, and cantrip.
I will cure wounds myself.
What are you doing? Say that again.
Cure wounds on myself.
Cure wounds.
Action. Sorry, no. I'm gonna do healing word. On
Yeah,
myself.
there we go. Give yourself a healing word, and we go down to Brenin at the bottom of the round. Brenin, what are you doing?
Let's see. What weapons do the two in front of me have?
Scimitar and an axe.
Let's try to use the new ability, and let's do a disarm attack on blue.
Okay, disarm attack. I don't know if you saw where it said the DC is in that system. It should be in the weapons area, but it should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your strength or dex.
Okay, so... Oh, I don't have to roll. Okay. So that is... what is our proficiency? Plus 3. Okay. 15 is the
15? Rolls a 7. So
Okay,
that was
so
blue.
Yes.
Blue is now disarmed. Weapons flies off as you kind of take your battle axe and sweep it out from under.
And then I look to green. I would say, I would do the same to you, but it looks like somebody already did that. Ha! And I swing my axe at her.
Okay, go for it. All right, what you rolling?
God damn it. Let's see. I'll add a luck point to it to make a 13 to hit.
13, that still misses, but you still spend your luck point, but you get 1 back because you failed.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're missing attacks, make sure you're marking that luck point down and getting those. It does not count if an enemy saves against you, though. It's only when you miss a roll, not when someone else does something. So, good. All right. Anything else, Brennan?
This is only going to get worse the longer it goes on. I would highly recommend you guys surrender.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation roll, Brennan. You've done quite a bit of damage to these folks already.
We'll make it a 12
12?
with a luck point.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. As it's the bandit's turn, this one's going to look around. The dwarven woman, known as Larith, looks around. Oh, fuck this. Like, looks at her hands with the scimitar, like, scattered back behind her. She's going to disengage and run away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Over here. This one also is going to, like, you're right. Fuck this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this green guy is also going to say fuck this and disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Basically, I use your intimidation roll as a DC to their charisma checks, and they all failed and are abandoning the battle. Let's see. Yellow's gonna put his sling to the side for a second and pull out his own scimitar and dagger combo, and is like, "Ugh, these fucking cowards!" And he's going to go for 2 attacks against Primrose here. First attack with the scimitar is not great. That's a 10.
That misses.
With the dagger, it is even worse, an 8.
Yep.
One more. There's going to be an attack on Odavius once. Not great. That's a 10. Yeah, these guys are faltering. And then 2 attacks with a hand axe on Brenin. You just see the tiefling one go, "Come on! You haven't been fed in months!" And goes to attack you twice. One is a 19.
Hits.
And then the next one is not as great. That's a 12.
Is the tiefling within 60 feet of me?
Tiefling, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I'll look over my shoulder and say, "Well, you guys were doing so well." And then I'll cast Silvery Barbs on her. So
I
Ooh.
believe Silvery Barbs, you need to wait until you have to
it's
do
a
it
reaction,
before
which you can,
you know the
when-
result.
what you take when a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself succeeds on an attack roll, an ability check, or a
Okay,
saving
all
throw.
right. I thought it was after, but okay. Or before. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Doom point for this and say, fuck you. No, she doesn't have to re-roll. And
Well,
succeeds
what about my
anyways.
spell slot?
I'll go ahead. I'll
Do
go
I get
ahead
the
and
second
re-roll.
half?
Right. She rolled a 1, so you still get the benefit of the advantage and stuff.
Okay.
I'm dropping shit. But,
I'll shoot the advantage over to Brenin as well.
okay. But I'll say with the Doom point, her attack still hits because fuck you. And that is going to be 6 points of damage to Brenin. And that, I'll say, that is my only Doom point for this encounter. So, that's gone already. It's simply because I wanted to say fuck you to Mack. And she says, "This is not going to work out. Azrael, we need to move." And she's going to risk it and move and get an opportunity attack from Brenin.
Okay, so for these weapon options, can I use a reaction for a weapon option?
It is an attack roll. That's what it says specifically. You may use an attack roll to change it. So this would count as an attack roll.
Hamstring.
Hamstring? Okay. Do you need to hit with that? What does it
yes, I
say
do.
on there?
It does make an attack roll with a weapon.
Yep. So I'll say this counts. Make an attack roll.
17 to hit.
17?
Yes.
That hits. Her movement is down by 10. So 5, 10, 15, 20. She's covering up the compass. You guys don't know where you're going, but she's off the map anyways. Wait, I can do more. Whoosh. Dynamic camera. Dun, dun, dun. All right. And then this guy has already gone. And he's just shouting after them, "Cowards! Get back here!" And it goes to Primrose's turn.
You don't like to give up, do you, sir? I'll stare at him. I'll stare him down as I say that. Do I
Okay.
get any kind of response out of him?
Would you like to use your action to try and intimidate him?
Sure. To enhance my intimidation, if I may.
Sure.
Because I don't want to deal damage to him. Could I do some funky stuff with a dissonant whispers or a vicious mockery to lace my words to be more intimidating and but not do the damage.
I'd say either just straight intimidation or cast the spell,
Okay.
and we'll see how things lay.
I'll do straight intimidation.
Okay, go ahead and roll that, and I'll roll a charisma check on him.
Okay. Alrighty. Damn, one of those was a natural 20. I'm sad. It's still 18 though.
18. I'll say as you like say these words and kind of like hover over him, you see him like look at all of his friends fleeing, and you see that there's a desperation to him, and you really get a good look at him at this point, and looking at all of them, they are like starved. They are very skinny. They are very like on their last ropes, to say. And you see like that slight harshness of him just kind of falter a little bit as he just, shut up.
Do I have we didn't go shopping for rations, but do I have some amount of rations?
I would say yeah.
Oh,
I think we were all provided rations technically from your brother.
yes. If you will let me as part of this action, I will pull out like a fistful, not like a week's worth. And I'll like hold it in front of me and then just shove it in his hand and say, "You could have asked nicely and reasonably first."
Okay. We'll keep going through initiative and see what happens here. Auran, what are you doing?
I will
Primrose
use
giving this bag of rations to the leader.
I will use my free action to come out of my body and say, "I am everywhere, but you cannot escape me." And I will summon with my bonus action, Al Capone.
I don't have a horse, sorry. Wasn't
So
in the budget.
Then I'm going with my action to use one of my tier 2 doom abilities called Army of the Damned. And so I can only do this while I'm on my phantom steed, so I rear back and leave a trail of damnation as I move. So for the rest of the turn, any movement done while riding my steed creates cracks in the ground as hands of the dead reach up to grab enemies through the cracks. I can move through enemies freely as I do this, and do not incur attacks of opportunity. And then any creature that starts their turn, or enemy creature, where's the when it damages them? Enemy creatures of size large or smaller that attempt to move through the barrier or begin their turn on the barrier must succeed or get dealt damage and then are restrained. So I'm going to move. So I have 60 feet because it's a riding horse. So I'll move through down to green, however much that is.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yep, and we might need to draw a line or remember the line because there's going to be, it's like a persisting line of damnation.
Damnation.
And then...
Or, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Southeast.
30.
Yeah.
South.
35.
Southeast.
40.
Northeast.
50.
There. North.
55.
Southeast.
60. So this whole shit is fucked up. Let's just say that.
Yep.
All right.
And at the start of their turns, they will have to do things. But hands of the dead come up and grasp at their legs.
Grab and start holding them down. Nice. All right. Odavius, what are you doing? You see Primrose giving food to the leader, Auran just riding his pony, and dark hands coming up and grabbing out from the ground.
I am grabbing the person in front of me and doing an inflict wounds.
All right. Sounds good.
Natural 20.
Jesus. This is the second time you got a
Poor
natural 20
guy.
with inflict wounds.
I switched dice.
There
I'm
you
very
go. That's the
happy
way
I
to
did.
do it.
So.
He
Oh,
had
you're
2
gonna
hit
get it now,
points.
buddy. Oh, I'm sure. I
Not
don't
2
care.
hit points. More
I
like
don't
4.
care. All right, so let's see here. That is 19 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Doubled
This
to 30. What? 30.
38.
38.
Jeez.
Yeah, this dude is fucking dead as you just reach out and just. And like necrotic black veins just spread
I
all
kinda-
across him.
Do you have? Can I choose how this happens or not?
What was that?
Can I choose how this happens or not?
Go for it if you want.
I kind of want to. So have you ever seen what is it? There's a certain movie where you grab onto somebody and it kind of sucks their life force out of them
Mhm.
almost. So I'm gonna do that and like it'll be like just one big crack and then it just falls over.
Absolutely, yeah. As you just give that last crack, you kind of look around to everyone else. They're just like, nope, fuck this, not worth it anymore, and are about to get moving.
I'm gonna walk up to the leader who decided to fling out his damn
5, 10,
slingshot.
15, 20. Up there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then, that brings us to Brenin. What are you doing?
Well, I was gonna offer them rations to stay and tell us the story, but I guess after Odavius just frickin' disintegrated my man, I don't think that's
Hey,
gonna
hit
happen
me.
now.
You could still. You don't know. I'll say they don't seem very attached to the person that Odavius killed. They're just like, nope, just going. Fuck it. There are no tears or
I'll just-
streams going down their faces.
I'll just call out anyone who drops their weapons and comes to tell us their story will get 15 days worth of rations. Worth much more than gold right now where you're at.
I'm guessing you're being truthful, but make a persuasion or a deception roll and say whatever you want.
You do have advantage
With advantage.
because of
So
silvery
straight
barbs.
roll. Natural 19
Okay.
for
Nice.
22.
All right. I'll say top of the round with the bandits. What happens with the
All right, I need each one that starts their turn there to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, for green, that is a 17. For blue,
Pass.
blue is a 5.
Fail.
Red, whoop, that's really cocked. Red is also a 5.
Fail. All right, so those that failed take full, and then passed take half, and are not affected by the future or the restrained thing. So full damage is 6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, they're both still up, and
Okay.
but
The
they are
ones-
restrained.
Okay, then the green takes 3 points
Mhm.
of necrotic, and then yeah, the rest of it is they're restrained for the duration. They can use an action to attempt another dex save to break out.
Okay.
But
All right.
they're no longer affected by this ability, so they don't take any more damage. They just
Gotcha.
they get hit once, and then now it's done for them. If another creature tries to get through it, then they will roll,
Okay.
obviously. But
Gotcha. All right. You see them turn towards Odavius, and some of them are like have undead hands, just like trying to pull them into the ground, and you see them just fuck and throw their weapons down at this point.
Did you just call me Odavius now?
I don't know any names. It's been a long day, guys.
To be fair, in a party full of Odavius, Auran, and Primrose, Brenin is a pretty vanilla name.
Brenin. They all look at Brenin, and they just throw their weapons down and cease their actions.
All
You'll
of them?
notice that the bandit holds on to his sling and keeps that on his person.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Do we want to break initiative, or do you guys want to just go in for the kill?
I'm not in the break initiative.
Nope. I'm not breaking initiative.
Fair enough.
I'm also not.
Okay, all right. Primrose, what are you doing?
I'll turn to the leader. What do I want to do here? I'm gonna look at Oda and try and decipher at a glance his intent.
Odavius, what is your intention at
I'm
this
looking
point?
at the sling. I want his sling.
Okay. So the wording on Mage Hand is a little weird, where it can't make an attack roll, can't activate magic items. Could it it can carry 10 pounds max? Could it yank a sling out of someone's hand, or could it try? Or would that be considered an attack roll?
I would
He
say
doesn't have the sling in his hand right now. He's got his.
it's at his side, yeah. So
Oh.
I'd say either if you want to be stealthy about it, make a sleight of hand check. If you don't want to be stealthy about it, make an athletics check, but this is using the hands statistics, not yours.
I will be stealthy, and also because of the feat, I don't have to use verbal or somatic components to cast a spell, and my hand is invisible.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check either way.
Okay. At disadvantage still. Oh shit, my sleight of hand got real good. 18.
18, I'll say you're able to slip the sling whoop out.
Okay. And then if I have
I
the
assume I
time-
don't see this then.
Make a perception check.
Disadvantage.
I know. Uh, 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see that. You see the sling just whoop out and float away.
It is invisible, so you don't know if it's me or not, but
But the sling is out.
yes.
right.
And then if I can, I'd move it to me, and if not, bonus action. I'm gonna turn to. I'll turn to Brenin and give him inspiration
Okay.
as well.
All right.
Flavor-wise, I'll throw in the words about the rations and the stories.
All right. Auran, what are you doing?
How are the ones near me red and blue looking?
Very, very rough.
They all drop their weapons.
Like I give a fuck. I'm going to.
Okay.
I say
There
that,
is
but I
no-
literally just murdered one and
Yeah, there is no escape for
badly.
you. And I'll whip my longsword out while on my Al Capone and attack red.
Okay,
As
roll
a
an attack roll.
drive-by. Oh. Sweet. 21.
21, that hits. Don't even roll for damage. This one is dead. Just crumples
Fuck you,
down,
Zach.
and it pulls down harder and harder by the hands that are approaching.
And so I have a new feat or thing at level 5 is when I use my Eternity Cells or whatever to cast my abilities. If I get to half or below, I gain extra attack. So I get extra attack. So I'm going to go over and kill blue as well.
Boop.
15.
That hits this one. It is also dead.
It was a 10 on the D10 too.
Oh, jeez. Just yeah, you're lopping off heads, playing a game of golf. Just
And I'll Ghost Rider, swing my sword around laughing as well.
all right. Okay.
I'll run over to, I have movements, I'll run over to green
Yep.
and block their
5,
escape.
10, 15, 20, 25. We'll say you get around there. Okay.
That's it.
There's going to be some conversation around the campfire after this, I think. Odavius, what are you doing?
I am going to reach my hand towards the leader, and
What
I'll
is
say,
what is your intent with this hand?
just okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You saw what I just did to your friend. Are you sure you want to do this the hard way? Intimidation.
Okay, roll intimidation. Roll it. We'll say, yeah, just straight roll. Sorry, had to think through some stuff there.
Oh, okay. Should I re-roll if I rolled 2 die or not?
Just 1 die. Wait, disadvantage because you are exhausted.
Yeah.
Right.
So re-roll just one.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
I rolled 2 because I thought I was at disadvantage,
Yes.
right?
Yes, you are at disadvantage.
And I'm
Take the lowest.
still at disadvantage. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that is then an 15.
15. He says, fuck you, and then he spits some blood into your face.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Anything else you want to do, Odavius?
Is the intimidation an action?
Yeah, I'll say for this purposes, it is. You are making a very clear, direct thing for that.
Prim, are you injured?
Say that again.
Yes, I am. I've taken 7 damage.
I'll give you a healing word.
Okay.
Or full health. Because I rolled a 4 plus 4.
Okay.
Okay, that would be my turn.
All right. Brenin, moral compass of the party. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to move next to Green.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Green is not trapped by the arms, by the way.
Has she been hurt?
Yes.
She took minimal damage from my attack. I don't know about others.
So far, she's taken like 3 damage.
I will do lay on hands
Okay.
for 3 damage dealt.
Okay. Back to 65.
I'll call out, Auran, if you touch one more person here who I provided mercy, we will have problems. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Bandits, this one's going to move around and just get on knees. This one's going to get on their knees. And he's going to get on his knees as just the ultimate show of just... Ah, fuck! The dynamic
My
camera.
camera.
Too dynamic. As the ultimate show of, like, we're fucking done. Leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
Primrose, what are you doing?
Oh, what do I want to do? Oh. I am going to move away from the leader. I'll go straight south.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, if he did, then this whole situation changes.
That's 30 feet right there.
Perfect. So I'm kind of at the cross section there. Perfect. And I'll turn to Auran, and I'll look at Odavius as well, as I like look back and forth between them. And it's like, I'll say, oh, what does Primrose feel in this moment?
You don't... Never mind. No, I'm not going to say anything.
I'll turn to them and say, I think our time in the mines might have changed our outlook on things, and we need to reframe point of view. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Were you
Oran.
saying like we need? Are you saying we need to like chill?
Basically.
How much, Auran? Your turn. How much chill does Auran have? Are we gonna have some party combat here? Because that would be great.
By the way, when Primrose says it, she says it in like I tried to convey it, but it's very much like a little bit disappointment, but very much so like we just need to have a moment to talk. Like we just need to talk.
What you doing, Auran?
You are mistaken to think that I bend to your will, Brenin.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But for now, this creature will live. I'll put away my longsword.
Whoo, boy. All right. All right. Odavius, do you have anything to do?
I don't trust this guy. I'm doing a hold person on him.
Hold person. Okay. That's a wisdom save, correct?
Correct.
All right. That is a 13.
Fail.
Okay. He is paralyzed. Okay. Brenin, are you going to do anything here?
I'm going to attempt to get out of initiative.
Okay. Are we...
Only if everybody else is.
I'm going to ask a question. We're back at the top of the round. Are we breaking out of initiative for a sec?
Sure.
As long as that doesn't break my hold person.
Hold person, so he's going to be making rolls every 6 seconds to break out of it, but you can continue concentrating on it. So
I will like loosely
we'll break initiative and like every little bit of conversation, I'm gonna roll and see if he breaks out of it.
I'll loosely in initiative turn to Davis and be like, put him in chains if you want.
I'll throw manacles to Odavius.
Okay. Gonna roll.
I think I have manacles. I will manacle the one next to me.
Okay.
I do.
Manacle the one next to you. Odavius, you rolled a 14. Does that break out of
No,
person?
wisdom 15. So I get the manacles on without him struggling.
Okay. Manacles are on him. He's still paralyzed. Are you dropping the
drop
whole
it.
person?
Once the manacles are on, but I'm not letting go.
Okay. Auran, you said you're putting manacles on the one next to you? Okay. What about the one next to Brenin?
Well, I can't put manacles on her. She only has
Okay.
one arm.
I can't remember how many manacles you had. Well, you could.
Because
Enough.
on the feet to the arm, if it's like the full set.
Fair.
No, I only have the
one
Auran
set.
has
Okay.
my other set of manacles, I
Okay.
believe.
The tiefling goes over and says, "Release him. He's done nothing. He's sorry, let me choose my words a little better.
Yeah, you better do that.
Release him. He's given up. There's no reason to keep him in this hold."
That is not true. He initiated this confrontation. There must be recompense for that.
Odavius, he's in chains.
Rolls a 13 again.
What?
Rolls a 13 again.
I dropped the hold person.
Hmm.
He didn't need to roll.
Okay, you did drop it. Okay.
He's in the manacles, but I'm still holding on to him.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that dropping the hold person thing.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
He's dropped hold person, but I'm still holding on to him in the manacles.
Okay. The tiefling woman kneels next to him and kind of just like begins tearing parts of her shirt, tending to his wounds. The guy next to Auran is just like,
I'll hold her for a sec, and I will attempt to lay on hands whatever damage he has taken.
No,
he took a lot of damage. So
No.
how much are you willing to put
I'm
into
not.
him?
I'm not letting you do that. He can sit.
I'm sorry. You're not letting me?
No, I'm stepping between you and him. He does not.
These
get
creatures attempted to kill us. Why do you show them such mercy?
Because
the other
a
one,
hungry
that's
creature
fine.
is
This
desperate.
one, no. This one initiated the confrontation. You can heal them. That's fine. They gave up just fine. He is still hostile. No.
We are not creatures. We are beings that exist.
I was gonna say.
And we have
I've done
survived
worse.
in
And I
many
will
different
turn
ways.
and spit in his face like he did to me just a minute ago. You can wait. Brenin, go ahead and heal the other ones. They gave up. He doesn't get it yet.
The tiefling is going to stand in front of him with her axe drawn and say, if you make another threat against him, we will continue this fight, and I do not care if I die or not.
I mean, he started it. At this point, I'm good to hold. I don't want to make any more threats. I'm not making any more attacks. But for right now, he does not get healed.
What a pitiful existence to threaten those you have under your care and mercy.
What a pitiful existence to lure those willing to aid you to their doom.
We do
Eat
what
shit.
we need to
You are
survive.
lucky that you are still breathing. Shut
We
your
do
mouth
what we
before
need
you
to
no
survive.
longer are.
You attacked us. You initiated this confrontation. Again, why?
I wish for your life, but to speak of honor when survival is at the top of your list is a bit backwards. Ma'am.
We survive as we do.
Or you die for your honor when survival is at the top of your list. Quite interesting priorities.
We have survived thus far, have we not?
Well, and I'll look around.
By preying on
Morals-
others.
Morals are a fickle thing when survival is in.
Yet you preach that we murdered those under our mercy, and now you're going to preach about morals? Pick a side, will you?
We do not kill those who abandon their fight.
Oh, your problem is with my friend over there. I killed one that was still.
None of you provided mercy. None of you. I did.
They don't deserve our mercy, Brenin.
Again, Brenin, the people who, you gave mercy to, they dropped their arms. The one I killed did not. This one, yes, he got down to his knees. But
Where are you
Odavius-
three from?
Odavius, you did not give him a chance to show mercy. You did
Where
not
are you
give him
three
a
from?
chance.
Please, tell me your
I-
story.
I assume he's talking to the NPCs.
The man, human, speaks up. We've been out on these mountains for years now. Slowly and slowly, the food has gone. So we have taken to those who have traveled this way and have made our living by taking what goods they possess. Usually it's the wealthy who can make this trip easily enough. They are fearful and fickle and able to drop whatever goods they have. We go back and forth between Gelen and Verlichheit and Talstadt, sell what goods we have and get food and return to the mountains. We are not accepted by either country, so we maintain our living up here.
Why are you not accepted?
Because we have committed crimes against either side, and we have had to flee up to the mountains. This is our exile, and the life we have been forced to lead due to our actions in youth.
It is food that you need. I can guarantee that Talstadt, whether you're in captivity or being held as a prisoner, you would get food.
What life
You would
is
get
there in
shelter.
being a prisoner of Talstadt?
I'll turn to Brennan and be gentle with Brennan, put a hand on his shoulder and say, whether you and I agree with it or not, there's something to be said about dying a free man than living as a slave.
Whatever
So you-
mercy Talstadt offers is enslavement or living a life in a cell forever.
So you would rather just die of no food, no water? You guys are getting lucky. You guys were apparently you were lucky until you met us, apparently.
We have survived as we have. Many have died in one way or the other, but we remain. This is our choice to do so.
The others got what they deserved.
The others died with honor.
There is no honor in stealing from others. They have
There
worked
is
for.
no honor in killing those who have given up a fight either.
Mine was still fighting.
Odavius, don't try to defend yourself from this.
They attacked us. What do you want from me, dog?
To read
They
a
attacked us.
situation.
That's what I'm saying. They were trying to take all of our belongings, and now they want to beg for
You were
mercy and how
willing.
we are
You were
dishonorable.
willing to let the person who initiated this confrontation to go away scot-free. You give them rations. You heal them. I don't believe in that. They attacked us. They initiated this us.
They were willing to kill us if we didn't give them all of all of our belongings. They were going to kill us.
Give us a chance to bargain.
Sometimes there isn't
They
a
didn't
reason to
want
bargain.
to
They
bargain.
started it.
They didn't want to bargain. We
They
gave
started
them a
it.
chance to bargain.
And we can finish it, but not
Right.
like this. It doesn't have to be like this. We can be better than this.
So,
I
what
so
is
have
then
the
not
we,
point
attacked
of-
one single person that had given up. I have not attacked one single person.
so we
I
can
held
send them
him
on their
because I
way,
didn't
and they
trust him.
continue to steal from others, continue to wreak havoc and hurt other people. What a noble cause we lead.
We are not arbiters, or at least we shouldn't be arbiters of life and death. I might not be a religious woman, but I know that much.
You can
Wait,
let
it's
them
one-
leave. You can let them lick their wounds, but they don't deserve shit from us because they attacked us.
Correct. One that attacks me or my companions deserves death. We did not do any kind of... We came over to help them. We came over to aid them in their troubles.
Let me ask both of you, have either of you ever been truly hungry? Truly hungry? To the point where you would do this? Because I have.
I cannot taste the food that you eat. I cannot taste the wine that you drink. I merely do it to be a part of the community. And I have not resorted to killing or stealing from innocent people that are coming to aid you.
It is not the taste. You could put dirt in front of me at some points in my life. If it was nutritious enough, I would have eaten it. It is not the taste. It is the hunger, the pangs that truly drive a person to do something like this. And we didn't give
you want to give
some of
them
them
mercy?
a chance.
That's fine. Let them go. I'm not healing them. They don't deserve that.
I'm not saying we
That-
have to babysit them or this situation, I feel, is more complicated than any of us are giving it its credence for.
Why do you have to look so deep into everything all the time? Not everything has a deeper meaning. These beings are up here to hurt and harm others. They are a nuisance and a pest in the world. We should take care of them.
Because if I don't look into the deeper meaning, I will keep making the same mistakes I've made over and over again, and I'm tired of making mistakes. I'm tired of it.
The
How many
tiefling
people
woman
have-
speaks
how many
up at
people
this
have you
point.
hurt?
Then what is your decision? Let us die, or let us go.
How many people have you hurt before us? Before we came along?
Beyond count, what does it matter? You've made your decision.
I'm going to turn to Brenin at this point and just see if I can gauge a reaction.
What's
Dude.
been really entertaining has been watching Adrian
Brenin.
and Brenin as the internal wheels have been turning throughout your guys' whole conversation, because this is particularly very massive revelations and thoughts for Brennan's character. So that's been very entertaining to watch. Brenin, what is your reaction? It seems like all faces just turn towards you as the arbiter of kind of truth and justice amongst the party. What's in your mind?
I'm gonna walk up to the three prisoners,
Okay.
look each one in the eyes, and I'll slowly pull back my hand for the manacle keys.
Okay.
And undo each one.
Okay. Is anyone going to stop him? Okay. You undo the manacles. They kind of rub their wrists. And they begin to stand, if anyone's going to stop them from doing that.
So you're going to let them leave?
I say nothing. I don't even look at them. I pull out my pack, and I provide, as I said, 15 days worth of rations. And I give it to Ezreal.
Okay. He takes them, kind of distributes a few to his two companions that are left, and ties the rest to his belt. And he stares at you.
I would like you to use this to try to find honest work. If you need some names, I can provide them. You would need to head to Talstadt.
What would those names be?
I'll give him the name of the innkeeper at the Breaded Dragon.
Okay. I forget if I actually gave him a name or not.
I have
Rolled.
Barkeep at the Dragon's End. I have Broden as Barkeep
Broden.
at the Dragon's
Thank you.
End, but I
Broden.
don't know
Okay.
if it's the same inn.
That sounds right. Broden.
No,
Okay.
that's same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first
Content.
city we
Yep.
were in.
Yep.
Oh, is that where you're
Cool.
sending them?
That's where I'm offering.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard the
I think
the other.
yeah.
Tell them that Brennan Alter is sending you to him for honest work. If anything, he should be able to help you find work in Onfang, but you will be smack dab in the middle of Talstadt, and anything that you guys would do that would cause harm to the country will be seen by the Bulwark, and you will be put in chains. If you head to Talstadt now, you will be provided a clean slate.
My only crime in Talstadt was trying to feed my family. We'll see what luck we have. And he begins to turn around and leave with his two companions.
One more thing.
He stops and turns towards you.
I put a hand on his shoulder. As one father to another, especially widowed, do what you can to survive. I know it's hard. It's hard to survive on a daily basis, to get through missing them. Make them proud.
They would be more proud
And
of
I
me.
will heal whatever remaining damage he has sustained.
Okay. How many more lay on hands points do you have?
I have a total of 22.
Okay. You'll need all of them, and he will still not be full. If
Done.
you want to do that. Okay. And he says to you, for my children to be proud of me, I would be burning Verlikite to the ground, for that is the cause of their death.
Verlikite.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more?
No offense, but I don't think your companions are looking for a story.
Very well. Safe travels.
Look up Azrael, if you care. And he begins to return and walk away.
I do still have his sling, by the way.
You do.
And I would not have mentioned it if he goes looking for it. Which
In
I
the
assume he
commotion
would.
at this point, you see him kind of tap his back, and as he's leaving, kind of look around, look back towards you.
What's the value in this?
I picked it off a rich man. Wasn't very good with it.
Insight check.
Go ahead and roll insight.
This is gonna go poorly. I want to know. Yeah, already not great. And even worse, that's a 0.
A 0. He seems to be telling the truth. At this point, he seems just exhausted after all of this debacle back and forth. And he just says he got it off of a rich man. He tried it. The rich man tried hitting him once, missed, and then gave him a lot of jewels.
If that's the case, I will hold on to it. You have friends.
It's not like we can grab it back anytime soon. And he just turns without another word.
I'll go get Athena body, put it on.
Okay. Would anyone like to attune to the object?
The sling?
The sling.
No.
Okay. All right. You begin. Currently, you four standing next to this doorway marked with a stone slab and a hole in the middle. You're standing and watching Azrael and company begin to move and disappear beyond the mountain line that you see.
It's very fitting that there's currently a lot of thunder going on outside my window.
I know. I was
Same.
like, ooh, that's perfect. I haven't gotten hit by it yet, but I was seeing the flashes of lightning in Mack's background, and I was like, flavor, yes.
It's
All
in
right.
Central Iowa right now. It'll come your way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right. You are all standing on the mountaintop, the chill wind blowing through all of you. And you see a slight bit of snowfall beginning to come.
At this point, Primrose is gonna collapse into the snow a bit and just hug her knees.
At this point, it's probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon by your reckoning.
Let's camp here for the rest of the day.
I'll examine the door a bit more.
All right. Give me, what exactly are you examining? Anything specific?
I want to see if I can find a way to open it. What is in the hole that the person's arm was in?
Give me
Maybe
an
that was a
investigation
mechanism.
check.
12.
12. You kind of having experience with opening many doors in your lifetime and kind of dealing with traps and trapdoors and puzzles and things along your adventures previous to being death incarnate. You notice that this is a very specific lock, and you've encountered a little bit of these before where you need a very specific either gemstones set into it or some kind of key in order to put in this thing in order to unlock it. You've seen this a lot in a lot of the tombs you've kind of looked at in your past lives. Yeah, it's some sort of thing where either you need to be really, really good at lockpicking, or you need the specific key in order to crack this open.
Okay. I'll leave it alone for now.
Okay. As you all kind of begin setting up for camp, you notice off in the distance, probably about 200 feet away, cave drakes moving about, some earth elementals milling back and forth between places. The
Dungeon Daddy, what is
Yes?
your ruling on becoming proficient with weapons?
becoming proficient with weapon, it takes I'm using my way back knowledge on like
There's like
some
tool
stuff.
rulings on the PHB, but I don't know if there's
Right.
specific weapon proficiencies in the
I
PHB.
believe that it takes a year of training with the weapon in order to become
Yeah.
proficient with it.
Checks
if I'm
out.
remembering that.
Classic unachievable thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on what you're trying to do,
I was just
pretty
curious what
flexible.
the mountain would be for me to like get another martial weapon down the line and become proficient with it.
I would say it would probably take some sort of a time skip or you working with it a lot, like kind of what Primrose is doing with the whip,
Yeah.
working with it, dancing with it, all that stuff to become officially
dance
proficient
with
in
it?
it. Yeah,
Is that
well,
a
I mean
hard
that's what Primrose is
requirement?
doing. Yes, you must,
Must
dance
dance.
with the weapon.
Damn it.
100%.
Don't worry, I can teach you.
All right.
But
I'll keep that in
yeah,
mind.
I believe in the PHB the variant ruling is like a year and a day or something like that.
Great.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
time.
one of those where it's like, obviously no one's gonna try it unless you really,
be-
really want it.
To be fair, I think I've been working at the whip thing for like 6 weeks.
It's been at least like a couple months at
It
least.
depends. I think it depends on the campaign because sometimes like there's a lot of travel and it's a big
Yeah.
world,
Right.
and so like 3 weeks go
Downtime
by.
is a major thing.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
And we've
so if
been
you're
doing
traveling
quite
a
a bit
fuck
of
ton,
that.
a year's really not the end of the world. But if it's like a small world where we're just going from town to town that are a days or two away from each
Mhm.
other, there's no fucking way I'm ever gonna
Oh,
become
yeah,
proficient.
yeah,
So
yeah. I want to say it's like at least 2 months with Max practicing at this
Yeah.
point. So if you want to
We'll
do
cross
that,
the
that's
bridge.
kind of what the ruling is. Or if we have some downtime and you really just want to like go for it, we can talk about that too.
sure, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Cool. What is downtime?
All right. As you begin, I'll say, passing by, a couple hours go by, Auran checking out the door. There's really not that much at the peak of the mountain here at this point.
I don't know what I want to say, but I'm gonna go up to Brenin and just kind of put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
And then just give him a knowing look. I asked the other two. Well, I'll ask you in more earnest, I guess. Do you know what it's like to be hungry?
I do.
Seemed like it.
I had to learn how to use what the environment gave me.
I
out in
don't.
Gelman.
I don't blame necessarily our companions. I, for the most part, think they had best interests at heart, wanting to protect us and others. But we, again, I'm not a religious woman, but I think you would agree that we don't get to decide that for them.
I agree. But we can try to do our best for the best outcome, can't we? That's always what we're trying to do.
Yeah. That being said, you probably are a kinder man than I. I see them again doing similar things. There is no second chances in my book, but always give someone the first.
I always try to think on what Kara would have done in those positions. She was typically always more kinder than me.
The other perspective is helpful. So it's so hard traveling alone, and even though they are a group, I think they were all traveling alone together. Even though they defended each other. I don't know. Situation is fucked from head to tail.
I'll say as of right now, I'm currently not a paladin of the bulwark. As far as Galen and Tulsha are aware. With being in Galen, I don't have to enforce the laws. I just want to try to do what's best.
The gray is comfortable. The gray isn't as comfortable, but it's so much more rewarding, I find. I think I might go try and talk to the others.
You do that.
Wish me luck.
I'll speak to Odavius while they're having their sidebar.
Fuck those guys.
What if we
Go
just
ahead.
pushed Brenin off the cliff?
Go for it. Go for it.
We let killers and thieves walk away scot-free. I question how someone of the bulwark, your companion, would be okay with such a thing. I feel like if it was a magical entity of some sort, he would have killed it on the spot. Is this normal for Brenin?
I imagine the Brenin we just saw is not the Brenin of rules and regulations. Knowing what I know of how he grew up and everything surrounding that, I don't know what to think. I was fine with letting them go, but the fact that they initiated confrontation and they attacked us, just send them on their way. Send them with info, fine. We should not have healed him. I don't know. I'm very worried that the person that I saw as a possible threat when this whole adventure started made more sense than the person who I've claimed to be my best friend.
A difficult situation mentally, I'm sure. I would have gone a step further than you. I don't think they deserved life. Those that they took their lives from wish they had a second chance. They wish that someone else had taken care of these bandits in the mountains. I'm sure future travelers, they won't know it, but they'll be very thankful that we took care of them. And they won't be killed and have their things stolen.
When we get back, I'm gonna check in. We'll keep that between us, though.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to try and go Auran now first. See how this goes.
All right. I mean, I'll say at this point you've kind of set up camp and it's just like a kind of a circle. Some of you have had like sidebars away from places, but at this point you kind of camp like what could be a small gathering of camps, depending on how you want to set up the camp. Do you want to stay further away from people? Do you want to be close together?
I am setting up my bedroll in kind of a distant
Okay.
space.
Alright. Primrose, as you go up to Auran, go for it.
Auran, I'm sorry if I know you think Brenin and I made the wrong decision.
I know you did. But few of them died. They got it, what was at least deserving.
Auran, if the world was, if the world treated me the way you treated them today, I would no longer be here. I would have died 10 years ago.
Did you attack innocent people trying to help you?
I wronged them, for certain.
Did you try to kill them and take their belongings? I fear you are giving the bandits too much credit.
And
If Lotus was traveling, trying to find you, and was killed by a group of bandits on the way, would you have let them live if you tracked them down? Of course not.
Sure.
The people they stole and killed from had families. The future people that will travel through these mountains and will not be robbed and killed have families.
Yes. But so do those bandits and plunderers, and who are we to say that their families are worth less than others because they do wrong deeds?
Their families
Sure.
aren't worthless. The people that are doing the raiding and killing are worthless and do not deserve life. I have nothing against the families of those bandits. They didn't choose the life. The bandit chose the life.
Is it not worth the effort to try and then restore? It is a risk. I will not argue that it is not without potential to backfire, but is it not worth if you believe you can, is it not worth the risk to try and reform those people instead to improve the lives of those around them? If not for them themselves.
If other circumstances, sure. Like people that are living in poor situations in the city. If they had asked us for help, asked us for rations, we would have, of course, helped them. We would have given them a place to go. Of course, we would have helped them. Because Brenin and Odavius are good. They look for the best in people, and they would have helped them in an instant. But instead, they tried to take our lives and our belongings. They forfeit their life the moment they make an aggressive attack against us.
I'm with you up to a point. The second they attacked us, I was willing to kill them. However, the second I learned of their situation, it's important to reframe as often as we can, I think, because having lived in those situations, I did not kill when I was younger, but I dare not think if I had gotten more desperate or had been more able to do wrong, what I might have done to survive. When survival is your top and only priority, as much as they spoke of honor and as much as that bothers me, I think they put on a strong face. When survival is your top and only priority, you think not of consequences, only of survival. I don't know.
I understand what you're trying to say. They did what was necessary to try to, what they thought was necessary to try to survive.
Yes.
They forfeited more lives than they could even count. They couldn't even recall the number of lives they killed. At what point does it become balanced or okay morally for them to continue murdering people to continue existing themselves?
Funny that I find myself lining with the Tolstadt a little bit here, as I have never before in my life, but execution's fine, but execution without trial bothers me a little bit. I don't disagree on your assessment of them, but I would have, as we did, at least your initial assessment on them, but as we did, I'd like to learn a little bit more before, if I have to lay down judgment. I like to do so with as much knowledge as I can.
Sure, but I think the judicial system is thrown out the window when they try to take our lives. But
I agree.
I understand your argument. This situation, I cannot agree, and I wish that they would have all died.
I hope you know that Brenin feels, if stronger, similarly to me in the nuances of the situation. I don't, let me put it this way. If those three we ran across doing any slight wrongdoing perchance in the future, I would not hesitate to slit their throats. However, as I told Brenin, I believe at least one chance, and you can argue if they had already burned many chances before this, but in my eyes, at least one chance should be given to everyone.
Those they slaughtered on the way did not get a second chance. No matter how you frame this, they are killers and stealers and deserve death. I do not mean to seem entrenched in my view, but I am finding it very difficult to sympathize with stealers and killers.
That is understandable. It is, and I don't mean to sound snarky or cold in this statement, but it might come across that way. It is hard to empathize with that situation if you have not lived it yourself. And I think I have come close, at least. That being said, even in their situation, I like to think, selfishly, myself a better person than they, but I can at least understand where they come from if I find their means and measures drastic and reprehensible. I still care about you, Auran.
It's how you, Prim. Disagreements happen.
That is okay. And at the end of this, the four of us are alive, and that is what's truly important. I'd rather you overreact and keep us safe. In my view, overreact and keep us safe. And then I'll put my hand on his shoulder. And I'll pull out the butterfly he gave me and put it on my finger and just watch it fly around for a bit. And it'll fly back to me, and then I'll put it back, and then I'll go try find Oda. Round 3, baby. Let's go.
I'm going to raise my reputation with all of my companions.
Yeah. Auran will remember this.
Auran approves. Brenin disapproves. All right. I'll say, Brenin or Odavius, do you want to go talk to each other at all? Or Brenin to Auran or anything while this is happening? Okay.
No.
All right. Primrose, go ahead.
Mom,
As you approach, I am sitting on my bedroll, and I have my shield that my sister gave me with the drawings on it and paintings. And I'm currently just kind of staring at that.
I'll come, and if you don't, wave me away or stop me visually or anything, I'll just come sit down next to you slowly.
Still looking at the shield.
It's about as stupid of a question as I can ask, Coda, but are you all right?
I'm confused.
About what?
Why we healed him. Why we let him go scot-free. I don't mind that we let him go. You let him go, you give him a chance to make things better. But the act of attacking us and feeling ill towards us, or, trying to bring harm upon us, I don't think they deserved the rations or the healing or any of that. Let him go, give him the information that Brenin gave him. That's perfectly fine. Give him a chance. That's okay. Okay? And truth be told, the ones who laid down their arms that got slaughtered, I don't know if I agree with that either. However, I think we gave them too much.
I'm going to use a somewhat crude analogy, but I think it works. If you were attacked by a rabid dog and you were bit. And then you captured the dog, and then, without second thought, decided to let it go. Of course it's going to go out and attack someone else. But if you are attacked by a rabid dog and bit, and then capture it and feed it and treat it well, if even for a day or two, obviously magic won't happen necessarily, but there's a much higher percent chance that that dog doesn't go out and bite someone again. And I think what Brenin did, I don't know Brenin as well as you do, and it certainly seems there's something personal there between the story that man shared and Brenin. But beyond all of that, I think what Brenin did was give them the best chance to reform and succeed. I told this to Auran, if it makes you feel any better. Well, I agree with what Brenin did. The next time I see those three, if I ever come across those three and they have done wrong again, I will not hesitate to slit their throats. But for now, and I think you agree with the sentiment that everyone deserves at least one chance.
A chance, maybe. And I don't know what you saw, but circumstances are what bring out the best and the worst in people. And they chose the worst. And mindless of situation, you have every opportunity to make amends. You have every opportunity to work to make yourself better. They chose the opposite route. And they attacked us.
Odavius,
Again.
to be frank, I think in situations as desperate as that, there is no choosing right or wrong. There's only choosing survival.
You can choose survival, that's fine. But then to take it another step further and hurt innocent people and attack people who are willing to give a helping hand and murdering and all that stuff. Again, and you said it yourself. You had these same circumstances. You were without food. And you did not go the route they did.
I fear that had I been there longer, I might have. I'm not sure. I like to think I wouldn't have, but
in the end, it comes down to a choice. They have the choice. They have the choice to choose to work to better things for themselves in an honorable way. They talk about honor. Great, that's fine. What they did was not honorable.
To be fair to them,
I can't forgive it. I can't forgive it.
We were not necessarily the most warm of guests. Well, once we realized we had been duped, we were not necessarily the most warm of guests, and rightly so. I think attacking as we did was justifiable.
They attacked first.
But the second, well, they threatened to attack first. Mm-hmm. But realistically, if one of us had gotten the jump on them, I think we would have attacked first.
I was ready to just flat out refuse, and then which is what I did. I said, no, I don't want to give you anything.
My intent was to attack them before they had ever attacked us. They had threatened us. My intent was to attack them. The second, however, that they decided to lay down arms of a sort, I immediately stopped. And I
understand that, but not
what
all
I'm rambling
of them
about.
Did. Not all of them laid down their arms.
We didn't give all of them a chance to.
They had every chance to. Brenin said stuff. You said stuff. They had every opportunity to. Some did, some didn't. But the ones who chose not to were continuously choosing that path of dishonorable choices. You gave them enough opportunities. You gave them at least 2 chances in combat. Okay? I understand. The ones who laid down their arms and died, that should have happened. Okay? But the one I killed was still fighting me, still had ill will towards me. This isn't gray area. This is black and white. They were attacking me. They were threatening us. They were attacking. And agree to disagree for now, fine. But when somebody attacks me and the people that I care about you. I care about Brenin. I care about Auran. It's taken me a while, but I'm there. Okay, they attacked us. They're not honorable people.
And that's why I don't want it to come across as judgmental. I don't judge you or Auran too harshly. I want to make peace, as it were, because there's obvious tension. Because at the end of the day, the four of us are alive, and that's what matters. And we disagree on what happened and who died and who lived and exactly how we sent people on their way. But at the end of it all, we're all alive. And that's what's important. But I do heed both, everybody, myself included, to be more flexible. Violence isn't the only way out of situations, even if someone does deserve it. I don't, that's, if you can't tell by looking at me, I'm not necessarily a woman of violence. I'm much better talking my way out of situations than hitting my way out of them. At this point, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm kind of just rambling, but I do care about you, Oda. And this event didn't change that. I'll give him a pat on the shoulder, and then I'll stand up.
As soon as like you touch me in the shoulder, you feel a little bit of not like a total release, but just a little bit of a release of some tension.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go back to just staring at my shield.
And then I'll use your shoulder to help prop myself up. Give you, I think you're probably big and tall enough. I can give you a pat on the back from standing position, even if it's in like the upper shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just turn and walk back towards the main camp, probably towards Brenin.
As you walk away, I'll say, Prim,
Yes.
I want that sling.
I'm not in the mood to argue anymore. And then with I'll use my mage hand to do it, but you just see it pop out of my, like the back of my belt and just like land on the snow in front of you.
Okay.
I'll walk back to Brenin.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
Brenin,
keep going.
it went about as good as you could have hoped. I'm a broken record at this. It is. I'm a broken record at this point, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that the four of us survived. Maybe not all, at least for you, but the important thing here. I'll give Brenin a pat on the back and just be like, if you need to talk, I'm a open ear. And then I'm gonna go fuck off in the distance a little bit and do dancing because I need to de-stress.
Okay. All right.
Boo.
Dancing out. Auran and Odavius, can you make perception checks for me?
17.
Nine.
9. Auran, you begin to hear whispers. And they seem to be coming from the door. You can't quite tell what they are or what they're saying. But you look around for a second and you notice that you're the only one who can hear them at this point.
I'll get up and move to the
About
door.
6 o'clock at night at this point after all the talking.
I'll move to the door.
Okay. The voices, the whispers don't get any louder as you get to the door, but you can definitely tell they're coming from the door.
Ear up to the door.
Ear up. Doesn't seem to change the loudness or the clarity. It's just some soft whispering.
I'll enter phantom form.
Okay.
And I'll go into the wall like 6 inches to a foot and see if I can hear being in the wall.
As you try and enter through the wall, you are blocked. Some sort of force is in front of the door, preventing you from entering it.
Okay. Can I peek into the hole? Is there anything going on in the hole?
Look into the hole. Still dark.
Whispers coming from there?
No change in anything. Simply the same as it used to be.
So it's just what is in the hole? Have we looked down this hole yet?
So looking down, it's kind of like, almost like someone took a very long rod and just like pulled it out. There's some...
Oh, you said there was like a mechanism that needed something.
Yeah, some sort of like
now.
little mechanism. From what you can tell, just getting more into it, probably about like 6 inches deep or so into there. You see the kind of like possibility of a key or some sort of like latch that needs to be placed in there, but unchanged from when you first looked at it.
I will go step off, not directly in front of the door, and continue to listen.
Okay. You just hear this soft whispering throughout the night.
Is it all times it's coming from the door? It's not like
Yes.
around me or from the ground. It's always from the door.
It's not necessarily like bouncing around at all around camp. But it's not even like it's louder when you're next to the door. Just something sticks in your mind. This whispering is coming from the door.
Okay, I'll listen for an hour or two. I'll kind of prop up against.
Okay. It still remains kind of that level of like white noise throughout the whole time that you're sitting there listening. As the hours kind of pass, we slowly get towards the evening into 8 o'clock territory. And then slowly the hours pass, the stars begin to form overhead, or have formed overhead, and the moon shines. We'll say the moon is full at this point. Stars scattered
I would
about.
like to attune to that.
Okay. You get, I'll show it here. This is one of my Many Worlds Taverns items because they're fucking cool. So it is called the Star Sling. I'll send a picture of it to our little group chat here. And it does some cool things. So basically, it's a normal sling, but it does a d4 of bludgeoning and d4 of force damage. But if the 2d4 that you roll match, you get to roll another d4 of force damage. And kind of like, if you get really, really lucky, you get to keep stacking those d4s if they keep on matching and stuff. And then you may also cast Dancing Lights
Fucking
at will.
Yahtzee.
What
Yeah.
did you just say?
It's the Yahtzee sling.
It is, yeah, like,
Yahtzee.
yeah. It was a really cool one, and I'm like, someone's gonna really want this if I pull it out. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, check that out.
That's
But-
beautiful.
Is there something I can? Is this in D&D Beyond or not?
Say that again.
Is this in D&D Beyond or not?
No, this is not in D&D Beyond. So for right now, if you're going to use it, just refer to that picture. I'll probably make like a little thing in D&D Beyond to
Okay.
adjust from there and kind of make a custom item if I need to. But for now, just look at the picture if you need it.
Okay.
So,
Am I proficient with this kind of weapon?
it is a simple weapon, so I hope
Yeah.
you are. Yeah. Yep. All right. Adrian.
Sweet.
If I attempt to cast Detect Evil and Good, with the events that have happened, does the spell go off?
Oh, God, I gotta look at that spell. One sec.
No, not. I'm just casting a random spell. Does the events, do my choices, has that caused anything to change?
So hold on. Say that again. You're saying detect evil and good. Say that again.
I am casting a random spell
Okay.
for the oath that I've taken for Tolstadt. As a paladin, have some of my paladin powers been revoked?
No. I wouldn't say so.
Okay. And then, do I know an Ezreal and Verlikite? That was the name that the guy gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the name?
No. Doesn't pop any
Okay.
bells.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to cast See Invisibility at the door. Well, cast See Invisibility on myself and look towards the door.
Okay.
Does anything pop up?
No. Nothing really pops up on your radar.
Any other invisible creatures or objects that I would be able to see?
Nope.
Anything in the ethereal plane?
Not that you can see at this point. No.
Okay.
Okay. I need to take a quick 10-minute break, and then we'll dive back into some stuff. If that's all right with you guys, give everyone a chance to whoosh, come down a little bit. But
Sounds good.
come back in 10 minutes and we'll be back into it, okay? See you in a bit. All right.
I'm excited for the lightning and thunder to start here in the next 10, 15 minutes.
As we begin shifting towards the evening times and you all begin to settle down after an intense day of journey, Auran and Odavius. Auran, specifically, you hear those whispers as everyone else goes to bed, becoming more and more clear. And Odavius, you hear them too now. And they just seem to be whispering, Odavius, Auran. And as you both kind of wake up and look, you see that the door is open.
Nice job, Odavius. You got the door open.
Huh? In very tired stupor.
Did you pick the lock in your sleep? You cease to amaze.
What lock?
Oh, don't you kid. I'll get up and walk over to the door.
Okay.
Peer inside. What's in here?
You look
Get up,
down,
follow.
and it is a staircase leading further and further and further into darkness.
Does it smell like dungeon? Does it smell like a dungeon, Daddy?
It's if I had to say a smell, it smells dank and musty.
Oh, that's the smell of dungeon,
That's
boys.
a dungeon musk if I ever heard.
We're going on an adventure. Well, I fear what going in would mean. perhaps not being able to come back out.
I don't want to do it anyways.
Can I like flick a stone down the stairs? See if anything
Kind of
happens?
take a stone. Just falls down the staircase, seeming to echo for a long time.
Sounds like a dungeon. Smells like a dungeon.
Taste it. Does it taste like a dungeon?
Can I give the stone a lick? What does it taste like?
Tastes like really old stone.
Oh,
By golly, that's a dungeon.
That's a dungeon
AKA
right there.
dungeon. Well, shall we wake the others?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure
As-
there are some monsters down in the dark depths that will need us to show it mercy.
As you turn and look for your other companions, they are gone. Brenin and Primrose's bedroll are empty.
Haha, pre-planned this shit. I sent a message. I did not. That's a lie.
Oh. Are we dreaming? Is this I pinch you? Or pinch Athena? Did you feel that?
As you ask that question, two black hands reach out from the top of the stairs and wrap around both of you and pull you down the stairs. And you are plunged into darkness.
Wow, no save or anything.
And Odavius, you hear the whispers change from saying your name and Auran's name to Keeper. Keeper. And Auran, you hear the voices change and they begin to say, Incarnate. Incarnate.
I'm getting Ghostbuster vibes of the key.
And as you get pulled, you're suddenly brought to an antechamber. You feel pulled for what seems like forever, as you just have darkness passing by you and the sense of wind trailing past your heads. And you land in a room, a chamber. And there, you're on a cliffside. Or at least the chamber empties. There's your platform, and it's just emptiness reaching beyond. And you see in the beyond, as you go approach the edge and look out, thousands, millions of the dead and damned reaching their arms up towards you and attempting to reach for you.
Do we see each other?
You do see each other, yep.
Did we just get dragged to hell?
Maybe.
Deserved it, bitches.
The whispers
reason-
change for both of you. Guide us. Keep us. And it's just a chant over and over and over again. Guide us. Keep us. As the dead begin to pile up on top of each other, climbing on top, scores and millions of undead, skeletons, zombies, whatever you want to say, continue climbing on top of each other, going to reach towards you, and keep reaching for both of you.
Could we go back up the stairs?
You look back towards where the doorway is kept, and it is a stone kept in that passageway, blocking your exit. The dead begin to pile, and you see skeletons and zombies and abominations crawling towards you now, having climbed up this cliffside and begin reaching for you.
Do you sense any undead, Odavius?
Hold on, I'm looking at something. Zach, do you remember when we talked about the I don't know if it was tiefling or whatever,
Yeah.
but I chose that area. Did I choose undead? Because I can't find it.
Undead of what?
Or it was like the you showed me like the not abilities. What were they?
The
Like the
sub-races?
variations.
The variations?
Maybe.
But you're also a grave domain cleric, aren't
You're a
you?
grave domain cleric.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay,
grave
yeah,
domain.
I was going to say, you're a
I'm
grave
trying-
domain cleric.
I'm trying to find that. I can't. But yeah. Sorry, I just needed to.
The dead begin piling and groping at your feet in robes and begin pulling themselves up, and you see the faces of skeletons and zombies looking to you, pleading to you. Guide us. Keep us. As the chorus begins rumbling around your ears,
To where?
and you begin getting surrounded more and more until the pile begins to envelop you, until you are just covered under this mountain of bodies, undead figures. And then you both wake up. Cold sweat. You look over to where to where Brenin and Primrose are. They seem to be sleeping soundly. And you two meet each other's eyes. And you look at the door, and the door is closed once more.
What's wrong, Odavius? I'm gonna gaslight the shit out of Odavius. Why are you sweating, bro? What's wrong?
I'm speechless right now. Say anything. I'm just gonna kind of be looking off into the distance, thinking about what just happened.
Door open? Grabbed down by arms? Undead?
Yeah. Interesting. This is interesting. I thought I was supposed to help the undead find eternal rest, not use them.
I'll look over at Brenin and Primrose. Are they sleeping, you said?
Sleeping peacefully. Probably, honestly, sleeping very, very peacefully.
I'll wake up Prim.
Okay, kind of walk over to Primrose.
Did they come back?
Did you have any weird dreams, Prim?
Did I have any weird dreams?
Yes.
You dreamed about your brother, probably.
That's fair.
An old moment that you kind of relive.
I'll look into Auran's eyes, and I don't think the kind of weird you're talking about now. What happened?
Odavius and I seem to have experienced a similar nightmare.
What was it about?
Going into the mine, or what I presume to be the mine.
Were you led down there? Was there something waiting for you there?
No, we were forcefully taken.
Forcefully taken. What I thought was we awoke and the door was open. We looked, and by the time we turned around to get you guys, you weren't there. and two hands came out of the shadows and grabbed us.
I'll say with this louder conversation, Brenin, you begin to wake up
Yeah.
about now.
I was about to go stir you awake. Do you remember when the cave drakes were mentioning that they were being instructed by someone from below to resurrect them or let them free? I've always had my doubts that it was a dragon that they were trying to free. Wonder.
Seems to be quite a few souls down there.
Yeah. I imagine whatever this is attempting to persuade whatever and whoever they can to help in their cause. Do you think it's worth investigating?
Don't know
If it's actually down there, it's what we dreamed about. I'd rather not.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of in a bit of confusion here.
For the first time, Primrose will take a look at the door more intently and see what she can see of the door and the lock.
But what specifically are you trying to ascertain?
See if I can get any heritage is the wrong word, but is it undead? Is it have ties to draconic origin as
Go
well
ahead.
as
I'll say make
what?
another history check or a religion check.
Okay. I imagine I'm still tired.
Mm-hmm.
Did not get okay.
Correct.
Okay. That is a 4.
Like before, really not sure what this store is doing here.
Okay. But it looks like you said that you could theoretically use thief tools on it or a lockpick on it. You could try.
It would even you looking at it, it would take someone who has been lockpicking their entire life
Yeah.
to even have a small chance of opening this.
All right, let's get Lotus over here. Probably our best
Dial 'em up.
chance. I'm working on it. Okay. I'll turn back. I don't know if we should mess with this any longer right now, but this is certainly something to remember.
Mm-hmm.
No
I sure as
dreams?
heck won't forget it.
Why would
you-
it single out Odavius and I?
Were you the only two that killed recently? 'Cause I don't think Brenin and I have recently.
Technically, yes.
The stone giant.
That's what I was trying to remember was who
Sounds
killed the
like-
stone giant.
Only a couple days ago.
I think was that Brenin or was that you, Auran?
I don't have a kill count.
That's the only thing I can think
As far
of.
as killing blows go, it doesn't really matter that, regardless.
In the last 24 hours, blood is on your guys' hands.
And I would do it again.
We don't. Yeah.
I have a
But-
feeling it has much more to do than just blood spilled recently.
Why? Well,
Did the undead that we saw down below, did it resemble undead
Wait a
that
minute.
came out when he was on his?
Say that one more time.
Did the undead that we saw in the dream look exactly like the ones that came out when he was on his?
It was literally just a horde of thousands that you could see. Any
That's a
discerning,
happenstance thing.
yeah, any discerning features couldn't really tell.
Odavius,
I mean,
your clerical expertise is in death and the grave, correct?
yes.
And
And our
Auran,
friend,
obviously,
or yes, undead.
you have connections
I
to
think
death.
I think it has more to do with our backgrounds than it does just the blood spill.
I feel like that's just a happy coincidence, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe did it speak to you at all? Did it say anything?
It told us to lead them.
I would find that generally not very pleasant.
To
Very
guide them.
confusing. It's very confusing for me as I'm up until this point under the impression I was supposed to help these spirits find eternal rest and not use them for my own purposes.
I feel like no matter what's happening here, what these entities, these spirits are attempting to manipulate you in some way. I would imagine. Just don't know for what end.
Did it say anything else to you, Auran?
Yes, it did. It said incarnate.
Said keeper to me. Are they trying to say that we're linked somehow? Backgrounds aside?
Keeper
Oh.
incarnate. Unsure.
I don't know if it's wise to stay by this door any longer than we have to, at least currently. But
I
definitely
believe we at
something.
least need to get a full night's rest.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Continue as quickly as we can.
Agreed.
At this point, I will move my bedroll back amongst the group.
All right. As you all kind of settle back down into a uneasy sleep for some. You wake up the next morning and begin your day's journey. And the rest of your journey rolls smoothly. There appears to be no other issues the next few days that you take going towards Gelen. And you see the safari ahead of you of Gelen, and very far off into the distance, you see a floating city hovering, awaiting the adventurers that seek it. And we'll end there tonight.
Nice.
There is a lot more discussion than I thought would happen from this bandit encounter. So, wow, that was when I'm gonna say when we start next session, all of you have full luck points, just as a like beautiful role playing and all that, like full luck points for all that, because that was really
Slick.
cool to really see that debate unfold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Happy Pride Month and all that jazz. Hooray. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Yay, bye.
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 Thank you for watching Swing and a Crit and Miss. If you liked it, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And we hope we'll see you next time. See ya.